Hello my friends, it is your brother Hampton from Hybrid Calisthenics. Welcome back to another episode of FAQ Friday where I answer your wonderful, insightful questions. Please give me more of them below. You can also text me your questions now at 479-309-8193. I didn't go crazy by releasing this number. It's just a new way for me to answer questions and I hope it does well. Also, I don't think some platforms like me spreading this. They may be worried about me. Texting is still kind of a new platform that some people aren't familiar with. It's not really any different than me sharing my Twitter. So if you want to help me out, please post and spread this number as the number for Hybrid Calisthenics as far as you can. I'll answer questions there, give updates, and I won't spam you. So my first question I'll answer today is probably one I get more than anything else, including weight loss and weight gain. And that is, what do I do if I struggle with motivation? What if I know I need to exercise and eat healthy, but I can't seem to find the will to do that? Well, this is obviously a huge topic. A lot of these frequently asked questions are going to be huge topics that deserve their own videos, but I'm going to try my best to summarize them in these short 5 or 6 minute FAQ videos. My answer for motivation is to usually go with a two-pronged approach. Number one, you want to make sure that everything else in your life is kind of dialed in. Don't just try to exercise. Don't just try to eat healthy. Let me explain what I mean. If we're eating a horrible diet and our sleep cycle is just nonsense, we're sleeping like 2 hours a night, tossing and turning, and we're just eating junk food and fast food throughout the day. If this is you, and I know that rings true for a lot of you, you probably won't want to exercise. Your body doesn't really have the energy to want to move. I am a big believer that when everything is dialed in, your body should naturally want to exercise. Like, exercise is not something we should force ourselves to do. It's something that we should naturally want to do. At the same time, if you're struggling with gaining weight, I'll just say this. If you're struggling with losing weight, and you know you should eat healthy, but there are some things going on in your life that stress you out. So when you're saying, oh, I know I shouldn't eat chocolate cake. You see all these videos about not wanting to eat chocolate cake. Yet, if you're always stressed out and you're tired and you hate your job and you hate your spouse, I'm sorry if this is getting too personal, but this is real for a lot of people. And if you don't like your life, anytime you feel stressed, you're going to be like, oh, I want that chocolate cake. So number one is we want a healthy relationship with food. That's kind of another topic. But we want to really try to dial in everything in our life. And when we do, we naturally will want to have motivation. So just to summarize, I know this is a lot easier said than done, but to have natural motivation and be kind of like 100% hype 90% of the time, which is me, you need to try to dial in all parts of your life at the same time. I know this is a huge task, but this is the journey of a lifetime. We have our entire life to do this. So don't feel like it's too daunting. Try to dial in your sleep. Try to get 8 or 9 hours a night if you can of solid sleep. Don't toss and turn. More videos on that coming. Your diet. Don't eat junk food. I talk about this a lot. There's a whole thing about not putting food on a pedestal, and some people, if I tell them not to eat junk food, they really want it. Again, separate topic. I'm going to say that a lot this video. It's a separate topic, but really my advice is you try to avoid junk food. Try to eat at home. Try to eat a clean diet. Number 3, you want to exercise. I have a routine on my website. I say this a lot. I don't know if some people just don't believe me or they don't see it. Maybe I need to repeat it more, but it is free. I'm not like, there's not like a free version and then a paid version, which I could do, but right now it's completely free. Check it out on my website. It's a good starting place. If you don't want to use that, you want to add other stuff, you want to lift weights, you want to do Zumba, you want to do yoga, you want to do gymnastics, that's great. Please go ahead and add that on. And that's the second part of my approach. Just to summarize, first part, dial in your sleep, your diet, and your exercise, and you naturally will have motivation, in my opinion. Number 2, and this is a big one, you see I did a video on my channel. It was about a couple months ago. Time flies by kind of fast. It was about a couple months ago. I called it Fitness Should Be Fun. And I really stand by that statement, even though it may be controversial. I was going to turn off my phone. It may be controversial, but your fitness should be one of your passions, in my opinion. Now, not everyone wants to go to the gym and lift weights. As far like calisthenics, not everyone likes push-ups or pull-ups like I do. In fact, you'd be kind of weird if you like push-ups and pull-ups like I do. I can say that because I know I'm kind of weird. So I'm not trying to insult you. Find something that you like. Hopefully something physical, preferably something physical. and you build your fitness around that. To give you an example, if you hate the idea of being on an elliptical machine and spending 2 hours just going watching your calories burn, I probably wouldn't like that too. If that was the only path to fitness, I probably wouldn't be fit. Let's say you hate that and you don't really like push-ups, you don't really want to go lift weights, but you like the community and the fun of playing tennis with your friends. It doesn't have to be tennis, but let's say you like playing tennis with your friends. So what I would advise instead is, instead of thinking fitness is something you don't like and something you have to suffer through, put your fitness around something you like. You enjoy tennis. How do you improve your tennis game? How do you hone your tennis game? Well, you can be stronger and you can be faster by doing push-ups. And when you do that and you notice an improvement in your tennis game because you're doing these push-ups, because you're doing these pull-ups, because you're jogging, you have more endurance, and you get better, that is a lot more fulfilling short-term and long-term, which is rare, short-term and long-term, than just saying, well, I'm doing a lot of bicep curls. Does my bicep look bigger? Does my bicep look bigger? And if you want to bodybuild, that's okay. I'm not trying to shame bodybuilders. But a lot of people, they get demotivated by doing that, by just exercising and not really having a benchmark by which they see themselves improving, other than feeling better and seeing your muscles grow. A lot of people want to lose their fat. That stuff can be rewarding too. But if you find some passion, that you really want to get up and do, even when you're tired, that you really think about when you're working, you're like, I can't wait to do this, that will sustain you so much better long term, and you will enjoy your life so much more. Now, what if you don't like something that's somewhat physical? What if you don't like anything physical? This can still work. And let me explain. It won't work as well, and I prefer you to find something somewhat physical, like even gardening. Like if you just want to get up and garden, that will get you up and moving. But I don't want to give myself too easy of an example. Let's say your favorite thing is watching anime. So your favorite thing is watching anime, not a very physical thing. What I would advise you to do, you can still cultivate that passion into improving your motivation and your fitness, but you want to share it with other people. Instead of just watching anime, watch it with your friends. Start a blog writing about your favorite episodes. Share your passion. Learn more about your favorite characters. Do this and share it with other people. And when you do this, when you have something that you really like and you want to talk about, even if it's not physical, this will still give you motivation, because it will give you that, I used to use the word gumption, but I know it's the wrong word. This will give you the zest for life that gives you energy to want to do things. Remember how we were talking about how if you hate your life, if you hate your spouse, nothing's going right, you don't really feel like doing anything, you don't feel motivated, and you also will likely binge eat, among other things. If you have that zest for life, you can be exhausted and be like, well, you know, I just talked about anime for 2 hours, I should probably go exercise now. Having a reason to get out of bed is an invaluable thing to have. And that is my summary on motivation. I'll make several videos on that. So just to summarize, once again, you have the two-pronged approach. The first is to dial in all aspects of your life. Don't feel like it's too daunting. Just start with one thing, build up. But dial in your sleep, your diet, and your exercise, your mental health, your psychological health. All these things affect your motivation. If one of them is going awry, you will likely experience some drop in the other things, just like your exercise can affect your sleep, and you won't be as motivated. And the second part is to find some way to make whatever you're doing, in this case we're talking fitness, make it fun. Make it fun. Instead of going lifting weights, go and play tennis. Go and play squash. And I talked about how you can use anime or something non-physical to fuel your passion just for life and give you more energy in general. I hope that makes sense. Okay, moving on to the second question today, which is one I get fairly often, and it's, Hampton, how do I get a girlfriend? Now, I get why people ask me this. I seem like a friendly guy. People like my view and my opinion on how to approach certain things in life. But I kind of hesitate before I answer questions like this, because while I do have a lot of young followers, I also have a lot of older ones. Older being, let's just say, older than I am. I'm 26, but there are people in their 60s, their 70s, maybe even their 80s. I haven't met anybody in their 90s that's commented, at least. But while my view on that might help people in their teens, people younger than I am, it might help anyone, people older than I am might see a video where I say how to get a girlfriend, and they might be like, why is a 26-year-old telling me about how to get a girlfriend. What does he know? So that's why I kind of hesitate before answering it, but I do want to give my 2 cents. And that is my advice to my younger self. And this is how I'm going to frame the video where I eventually answer this, which is going to be soon, probably next week. So my dating advice to my 10 years younger self would be something like this. A lot of the tactics that you see on TV about picking up girls are wrong. They're weird, and you should not do them. So just like that, discards like 95% of the stuff that you think you know and you've learned. This is just my opinion. This is just my opinion. How I would approach this with regard to my personal mental health and my happiness and the happiness of other people is I would just focus on improving myself. I would focus on not being selfish, but focus on improving myself mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, psychologically, just every which way. Just focus on being a better person. At the same time, help other people selflessly. Help other people, give to other people without expectation. So let's say you give someone a compliment. You can give someone a compliment, you can give them very easy things. You can help someone move a box. These are all things that might take a few seconds. Some things take a long time. There are some things that can take just a few seconds. Give to people without expectation. This is a big one. I know I'm giving a lot of detail on these, but this is important. Give to people without expectation, period. Don't, I say this and people are like, what if I give someone something and I just want their friendship? Or I just want them to be nice to me? I'm like, well, I did say give without expecting anything in return. And that includes the things you mentioned. Help people out just because you want to. You can't force someone to be friends with you unless you want to manipulate them. If you give someone something without expecting anything in return, that's charity. If you give someone something while expecting something in return, and that might include friendship and them being nice to you, depending on how you're going about it, that's manipulation. But what happens when you give to these people, when you give in large amounts and you help people, is you seem to attract like-minded people to you. So you're improving yourself and helping other people at the same time in large amounts. One day you'll turn around and you'll notice you have a lot of like-minded people, people who want to hang out with you. And this can be romantic interests, friendships, business partnerships, just a lot of stuff. So my advice on how to get a girlfriend isn't a pickup line. There are pickup lines out there. I don't know if they work. Most of them probably not. My advice on getting a girlfriend is just to be a better person and to give to other people. Because I don't want to isolate it on being appealing to girls. You want to be a better person to attract everyone to you, and that will include potential girlfriends, if that makes sense. I don't really distinguish getting a girlfriend with how I live my life. I just live my life and it happens to attract other people to me. I know that's not the answer everyone wants to hear, and again, I'll make a separate video about this, but it's just my approach to it. It's really the only thing I know how to do. If you want to work on pickup lines, if you want to work on dressing better, if you want to work on fashionable hairstyles, there's other people that can help you with that. I'm not really one of those. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this episode. I hope that answers the questions you wanted me to answer. Please give me more of them below and I will hit this again next week. I am starting to make more YouTube videos. By the way, I made this shirt just so I could wear it. Just so I could wear one. I don't care if anyone gets one. I want to wear it. Here it is. Here's a link below. It's bonfire.com/partoftheship. I really want to wear this. I can't wait to wear this in a YouTube video. Thank you so much for watching. I am your brother Hampton from Hybrid Calisthenics. Have a beautiful day.